Hello, my name is Leslie, and I'm here with Aidan and Kobe, and the public assembly venue we chose is Chukchansi Park. Chukchansi Park is located in downtown Fresno. It has a current seating capacity of 10,650 and is home to the Fresno Grizzlies. It is used all year round as a sports and entertainment facility. According to the Fresno Local Register of Historic Resources, there is no significant site before Chukchansi Park. It is built on a vacant city-owned lot, and it is 3 floors, approximately 180,000 square feet. The cost to build Chukchansi Park was $46 million by the city. It is leased by the Fresno Grizzlies, and the original rent was $1.5 million and is now reduced to $500,000. It was built by a populist design firm, which was originally known as HOK Sports during the time of the construction. The other architects involved is Larmier and Generator Studio and California Waters for the renovations done recently. The renovations on the left side were done by Generator Studios and California Waters during 2019. And in 2024, Larmier made the renovations on the right side. About the ownership, the Fresno Grizzlies were passed down to different organizations a lot. The most recent was the Fresno Sports and Events organization. It took over in 2018, and in 2023, the Diving Baseball Holdings took over. So now, when it comes to the organization of Chukchansi Park, it is managed by the Fresno Grizzlies, which is managed by the Diving Baseball Holdings. It is publicly owned by the city, and it is governed also by Chukchansi Park due to naming rights. Some of the unique features of Chukchansi Park include Fresno Social, which is a social space for attendees. Then there's Splash Park for children and parents to get away from the Fresno heat. And there is the Fresno Pool. Another special feature is that Chukchansi Park is open to be rented for local communities as well.
The history events of Chukchansi Park was that it was constructed as a new landmark in downtown Fresno in the early 2000s. It became the home of the Fresno's minor league baseball franchise and replaced older sports facilities. From its initial season, it quickly became the primary location for public events in Fresno. At the time, the 2012 soccer match at the park was referred to as the largest sporting event in history. That soccer event drew nearly 16,000 spectators in 2012, demonstrated the huge demand in prestigious international athletic events in Fresno. Event days per calendar year, including move-in days and move-out days. Chukchansi Park is one of the busiest minor league stadiums, hosting more than 2,000 events annually. It hosts baseball games, concerts, festivals, private rentals, and neighborhood get-togethers are examples of the events that are hosted here. Due to the numerous events, particularly during the baseball season, move-in and move-out timetables need to be carefully arranged. Field protection is a big thing. Maintenance and event transitions are all outlined in lease agreements. Record shows how non-baseball events are included into the calendar and load in and load out requirements. All things considered, Chukchansi Park serves a sophisticated in-demand location for several events. Primary events that are held at Chukchansi. One of the busiest and most community-focused sports ground in the Central Valley is Chukchansi Park itself. The main tenant is the Fresno Grizzlies. They occupy that space for the whole minor league baseball season, which runs from April until early October. The Grizzlies' significance to the stadium's financial stability and community presence is highlighted by the city's lease with the team. Beyond the baseball season, Chukchansi Park now hosts major community and entertainment events. In order to accommodate more varied events and a $3.4 million upgrade, enhance the infrastructure and hospitality spaces and seats. The improvements were meant to improve the stadium's appeal for business meetings, concerts, and festivals. These changes demonstrate how the stadium strikes a balance between serving as a focus for community events and professional baseball arena. Primary tenants and teams of Chukchansi Park are the Fresno Grizzlies. Called the Chukchansi Park its home since 2002. Maintaining the Grizzlies as the main tenants is crucial for both community and economic stability, according to the 2023 city lease at Avitia. Because of the Grizzlies' steady presence, local businesses in the area benefit from seasonal baseball and year-round economic activity. During the MLB's minor league reorganization, the Grizzlies moved from AAA Pacific Coast League to the Low A California League in 2012. The reclassification was seen by the team and the city as a good chance to keep fans interested and offer reasonably priced and family-friendly entertainment. All things considered, the Grizzlies are still defining Chukchansi Park's mission, activities, and community values. Other types of hosted events here. In addition to baseball, Chukchansi Park is well known for holding a range of events and community events all year long. In order to boost income and promote community involvement, the city's lease with the Fresno Grizzlies promotes non-baseball uses. Concerts, cultural festivals, graduations, charity races, business meetings are all among the events that take place at the park. Non-baseball events promote local tourism and assist sustain financial stability throughout the off-season. In order to better host non-sporting events, a $3.4 million refurbishment in 2019 added for hospitality spaces, modernized technology, and enhanced seating. Large-scale events and concerts may be held the stadium thanks to the improved lighting and sound equipment. All things considered, Chukchansi Park has evolved from the sporting-only venue to a flexible multi-purpose space for community, cultural, and entertainment events. Venues, playing/performance surfaces, and maintenance requirements. A professionally maintained natural grass field that satisfies minor league baseball requirements is maintained at Chukchansi Park. Daily mowing and precise infield grooming and irrigation management are all part of the rigorous maintenance plan that the grounds crew adheres to. Uneven wear from frequent games and non-baseball events is prevented by routine aeration, reseeding, and drainage monitoring. Improve irrigation and lighting systems, improve sustainability, visibility, and convenience of year-round upkeep. The dedication of the Fresno Grizzlies and the city of Fresno to upholding a secure, superior playing field is reflected in these upgrades. In general, the park supports a variety of community uses while emphasizing a long-term field management and a professional grade maintenance. The venue's versatility and convertibility. Beyond baseball, Chukchansi Park can accommodate a wide range of events due to its great adaptability. The stadium can host corporate events, concerts, festivals, and community get-togethers thanks to the renovations that have been made throughout the years. Enhancements were made to enable smooth transitions between various kinds of events. Baseball infrastructure. The infrastructure provides indoor and outdoor choices for both small and large groups. Chukchansi Park is an example of a larger trend in contemporary sports arenas that prioritize multifunctionality to increase revenue. The stadium hosts business, social, and cultural events in addition to baseball games. Strong community involvement, year-round use, and financial sustainability are all guaranteed by the multi-purpose strategy that is at Chukchansi Park.
So for the management and maintenance issues, ensuring steady maintenance funding despite lowered capital reserve requirements, Chukchansi Park also has to meet MLB standards, which is a constant evolving target that can trigger phase projects and just keep costing more money. Managing the downtown environment and adjacent assets like the parking, streets, the security, and cleanliness. These also affect the guest experience and operating costs outside of the stadium walls even. And Chukchansi Park, they also completed a major home clubhouse renovation in 2024 to align with new standards. However, since they were already struggling to upkeep with general maintenance costs, this kind of just put them in more of a deficit. The staffing necessary for operations. So, of course, we have full-time operations. You're going to need 55 to 60 employees minimum, although it's recommended to have more. You're going to have part-time operations, of course. There's going to be more employees here. This ranges from 100 to 300 plus. The park job fair reference for earlier events upwards of 400 game day staff when the stadium also hosted soccer, and they claim that the 400 mark is useful and reasonable measurement for high-volume event planning. And you can also see the types of employees that we need. We have guest services. There's concessions, of course, for full-time. There's executive boards, administration, corporate partnerships, marketing, of course. Then for the off-season operations, we, of course, have internships available all year round. Chukchansi Park does, the scaled-down part-time pools are activated for non-baseball events or rentals, and they have full-time core operations, which require 25 to 40 full-time employees. Handling sales, season membership renewals, corporate partnerships, etc. The keys to success for the venue. So they have many, but the first key one is prime location and the high-quality facilities. So they're located in downtown Fresno, which helps with visibility and integration with the city's urban core. Their strong and excellent structure has consistently allowed them to adapt to multiple event types beyond just baseball and even soccer. So we have concerts, for example. This allows long-term flexibility and viability. That leads into their diverse event portfolio. According to the lease amendment commentary, about 40% of revenue is generated from non-baseball events, and 60% is generated from baseball itself. So also, they have strong partnerships and community alignment. The team's recent ownership change, acquired by Diamond Baseball Holdings, signals investment expertise being brought in. So of course, as mentioned earlier, Chukchansi Park also focuses on competitive pricing because they don't want to outprice their local community. Financial overview, we have some keys on the left right here that were mentioned earlier, but on the expense side, major costs include player staff payroll, stadium operations, game day staffing, and contributions to a capital reserve fund. The team now pays $100,000 annually in rent and $100,000 a year into that fund. And in 2021, the Grizzlies reported their first profit, roughly $687,500, sharing $100,000 with the city and have since remained profitable. The naming rights and estimated annual economic impact. So their naming rights are held by the Chukchansi Economic Development Authority, CEDA, which is an economic development enterprise of the Picayune Rancheria of Chukchansi Indians. The naming rights were granted when the stadium adopted the Chukchansi Park name in 2006. And since December 2021, they have announced a 10-year extension, which extends the naming rights through September 30th, 2031. Chukchansi Park is considered part of the South Central Fresno Business District and is one of the most highest competitors that bring in revenue, up there with Selland Arena. And according to data from 2022, the district, not Chukchansi Park itself, but the district, generated approximately $13 billion in economic activity. That's about 35% of the city's total output. And this information is provided since Chukchansi Park's numbers themselves weren't provided, so we had to go based off of the business district itself. So fun facts, the naming rights and tribe affiliation. The Chukchansi name comes from the Picayune Rancheria of the Chukchansi Indians through a naming rights deal, as mentioned. The attendance records and unique uses, while typical capacity is 10.6K for certain events like major soccer games and whatnot, the crowd has been much larger. So for example, a Mexican club soccer game set an attendance record of 16,800 guests according to ABC 30. Mentioned earlier was also the taco truck throwdown. Food trucks compete, and the stadium has a special taco jerseys for the team sometimes to kind of promote the local businesses, and it welcomes local businesses as well to kind of compete. According to TripAdvisor, many guests recommend getting a spot in the shade, especially in the summer, and this makes sense because Fresno is very hot. And beyond baseball, it has hosted concerts and other events. One review noted Friday night games with fireworks, as shown in the pictures earlier. And of course, here's all of our work cited. And that's it.